All right, hi again, folks. The last thing that I'm going to go over with you guys in this little series of videos is how to get something visual to you. I find that when I work with students, there's going to be things that they're going to need to get to me, and I am not seeing them face to face ever because I am a completely online teacher. I have done online crafting, cooking, science, STEM labs, phases of the moon with Oreo cookies. So here's an example of a way that I have found that bridges the gap being able to be in their homes or see a physical assignment, especially if it's something that they have to, maybe hold up to the webcam and show you. This is a tool called Padlet. I absolutely adore this tool, and it has an amazing little mobile app that you can post to on the fly, and I think your students will very much love it. It's incredibly intuitive and incredibly easy to set up. This is a little phases of the moon Padlet that I did with my students. As you can see, how on earth would they have been able to mail that to me? Not going to happen. They can hold it up, they can do all this, and it's wonderful. Here's another thing that I did with kiddos. In my class, we did a whole poetry unit. So rather than, just recite poetry, they were able to publish poetry. Now, their colleagues and classmates were able to see this. They could send this link to grandmas and grandpas and whatever, and it's wonderful. They can personalize it with some pictures, and you're good to go. Another one that we've done, I actually do these with my courses with University of Arts. I usually make a little Padlet where people can introduce themselves, and the teachers have taken to it very easily too. It's very intuitive to post on and upload a nifty little picture, and you can say something a little about yourself so that you can bring the class together even when you're not meeting face to face. So let me show you the resources that I've put together for you for this very wonderful and easy to use tool. I've got a little hyperdoc, if you will, of some resources. I do have a few examples right here of some that colleagues have done in my class, as well as the couple that I just showed you. There is a short little video at the bottom of also how to use the mobile version, which is super, super slick. You can actually take a picture from your phone and ba-ding, upload it right to one of these little Padlets with a couple little clicks and make a little comment or whatever. So you don't have to take a picture, download it, and then upload it from a computer or a Mac or whatever, right from your phone. So there's a very nifty little video right there. I'm not going to go into all that because the video shows very well how to use it. It's only a couple minutes long. And I have a wonderful little Padlet right up here that shows you how to sign up for an account. It is free unless you want to purchase. The free accounts for educators, of course, only get you, I think, 4 or 5 different Padlets. And after a while, if you go to make a new one, it'll say, do you want to upgrade? But you could keep that going for a while. There's a nice little link in here about 30 creative ways teachers have used it with their students. And then, of course, I am putting my little video link in here in just a minute. So let me show you how easy it is to set one of these up. As you can see, I have a gazillion of them. And I can also see on my board that I have 2 spaces at the bottom that are available because I keep recycling the ones that I'm using in my account. I only have a certain number, and I'd like to use that really carefully. But I even use this with my class because, we are remote. I don't get to see my kiddos face to face. And we even did, a little mini Halloween parade, if you will. And of course, yes, this year I was Miss Universe. And this was, screenshot of all my kiddos that I was able to put in here into the Padlet. And it just makes for a really nifty way of sharing things that you wouldn't necessarily be able to share just on a Zoom meeting or just through an email. So here you go. Really easy to set up. I do have a very step-by-step careful video about how to set these things up, but I just want to show you in like a minute here. You go to make a Padlet. You can pick the different layouts that you want. The one that I usually pick is the more organic wall thing. As the posts pop up, they just kind of populate. You can definitely do sort of a stream where it shows up in a line. And the grid one is also very nice if you wanted to make sure that the boxes showed up in nice, carefully, selected sort of columns. This grid one is very nice, especially if you put something at the top and you wanted things to populate underneath. So for sake of this video, I'm going to show you this little wall view. It normally just surprises you with whatever background you want, but you can change that. And it also surprises you with the wording. So I'm going to leave it as my glorious wall, or I could change it to practice Padlet. As you can see, as I'm typing, it shows up right over there in the corner. Made with a dash of wit. And I can add and fun. Or I could do whatever I want there, right? But as you can see, it's changing in real time. The little icons, if you notice up here in my tabs, I changed the little icons to go with the theme of the Padlet just because, why not? It's cute. You could scroll through all kinds of little icons and decide, hey, you know what? I'm doing a Padlet on, I don't know, San Francisco. Maybe I like this little trolley car. All right, and then you just hit the little button. So now I have this little thing going on. There's a website address right there. This is where you can change your wallpaper. I could choose a solid color, gradient, texture, patterns, all kinds of fabulousness. Maybe I want to do with this blueprint thing or corkboard or whatever. All right. And again, just hitting these little buttons to get back to this little panel right here. Normally what I do is I leave this little attribution thing. I just don't play with that. New posts usually show up first instead of last. You can turn it on and off for commenting if you want students to be able to maybe comment or collaborate or whatever, or maybe have some kind of little voting system. If you turn that on, then they're able to make little comments at the bottom. You could even turn on these little reactions. I had a teacher student use this for his photography class. And his students had to post to it, and he was able to turn on the voting feature. Thumbs up or thumbs down, or the stars. He liked to use the star, like if you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars for a particular photograph. So you can do that as well. The other thing that you can play with too is you can always turn on this, which I usually do, filter for profanity. And if you really want to be careful, you can turn on this require approval button, meaning that anytime someone posts something to this, you will get a little notification email and you have to moderate the posts and allow them to show up. I don't tend to turn that on, but you can. And then you just hit the little next button and there it is. That's as easy as it is. And anytime somebody wants to post on this, it's as easy as a double tap on the screen. And I could say, you know, this is me, this is Willits. I can write something, my thoughts. I can upload something from my computer. I can hyperlink something. I can do a little Google search within here. I can include a picture. And of course, there is always more. The more button gives you all these other features. You can even do a voice recording. Maybe if somebody had to recite something, or if they had to explain something, or chime in, or share a response. If you have students that maybe are not very good with typing or whatever, or if you have some students that have maybe special needs or whatever, they could do a voice recording in response to something. You could draw. You could do all kinds of cool things with this Padlet. So that is just a really nifty feature. It is so easy to use, as you can see, and so easy to share. And all you do up here is you see that little link right there? If I copy, I'll take you to one other little tab, and I hit the little Control V to paste. And there it is. It's as easy as sending an email to somebody with that link. You could also post that link in your Digication class, or you could even make like a little document like I often do and say, hey, this is my little assignment for this week. Post to this Padlet and include the link for the Padlet right in the assignment document, right in your Google folder, which is also linked up to your Digication class. So have fun with Padlet. It's fantastic.